Hey guys, long time no see. I've been out of filming for well over a month now, but there's a reason behind that, and I'll explain that in a second here. As I crossed my 6,000 subscriber mile mark, I realized I really haven't uploaded any ceiling fan videos, let alone a display video. So, bearing in mind this is number 10, I figured this one should be a little more special. And as you can see, you're looking at a new personal record of 35 ceiling fans. Oh yeah. Definitely one of my sketchiest setups yet, but no collisions yet, so still doing good. I've been out of filming for a little bit because, well, long story short, my younger brother was diagnosed with testicular cancer that metastasized into his lungs, which basically means there were a couple tumors in his lungs because of it. It came from nowhere, so we don't know where it came from. Now, long story short, he's doing really well. The chemo is working. He's getting through it. So I had to take some time off and make sure he was well cared for and making sure the rest of my family's doing well. We were all there for him, and he's doing well. Slowly but surely, he's making it through it. So that's where I've been. I'm sure you guys can understand. And yeah. So, without dragging the mood down too much further, let's go through this, shall we? Where to start? Let's start with this guy, my Banville bronze line. I'm going to turn off the lights as I go. So, I picked this fan up brand new in box, and I've really wanted to test one of these bronze line fans because they just seem like a recolored can arm to me. And to be honest, it's not that different from a can arm. Performance is pretty much the same. The style is similar. I want to say the motor on this is a bit bigger, but I don't have much experience with the 48-inch can arm, so I can't say that for certain. But this is definitely one of my favorite fans I've purchased recently. I do like this bronze line. However, because of how low it hangs, it's going to be coming down after this video. So I got to find something cool to replace it with. I'll see what I have for industrials that's reversible. So sometimes, or for the most part, I like to show off my new fans in individual videos before the display video. But as you can see on the bottom right, that's not always the case. I'll get to that one later. All right, so there's that one. My 30-inch Encon Crusader. Can't really remember the dates on most of these fans, I gotta be honest. This was the Crusader that kind of ripped off the Minuet. This was definitely a splurge purchase because I've never seen a Crusader that looks like this. This is really cool looking. And I like the fact that it's polished brass. Here beside it is my other little 30-inch Encon, the Princess. This time with an LED bulb, because in the wintertime that fluorescent bulb took quite a while to warm up. Yeah, I got both of these new in box. And I want to say this one was from 1998, 99, and this one was a couple years older. Not quite sure. A very rare fan, this little Princess, but definitely one of the best looking Encons I've ever seen. I am very reluctant to replace this fan. I really love this fan. And I'd put it in my bedroom if it wasn't for the fact it's a noisy Encon. Here I have the Hunter bath and dressing room. I've relocated it to this spot because, as you saw earlier, I've done something pretty cool with that other area. This one, I believe, is from the second quarter of 1994. Yes, I believe that's the date on this. And I can't not have this fan on my display. It takes the bland styling of the Silent Breeze, but makes it into a cute little package like this. It's definitely one of my favorite fans. And this one was new in box when I purchased it as well. Here's an old face you guys haven't seen in a little while. My Homestead Whisper fan. Pulled this out of storage because I really wanted to use this one again. And still running great after all this time of sitting doing nothing. This one, of course, has the speed dial on the side. If you're not careful, you'll shove your fingers right into the blades. That can hurt. Or, sorry, I should say, it does hurt. I wanted to have my other Homestead, the Universal, hung with it. But right now in this spot, it really doesn't work with how some of the fans hang. So I'll have to finagle a bagel, so to speak. My Madison Avenue Flintstone fan. Well, I say mine. It's technically my dad's because I bought it for him as a birthday gift. This is over his workbench. Excuse me. Got this one new in box as well, and this one will not be coming down at all because it's his fan. He absolutely loves this fan. And if I could, I'd put it in his bedroom if my mom liked it too. I can't remember which year this thing was from either. And the bearings on this fan have seen better days despite being brand new, so I've tried running it a bunch over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now since it's been on the display. But it's not really helped it much. Here we have the Hunter Discovery. Big childhood fan for me. Reminiscing with my parents, telling them how badly I wanted one of these as a kid. My dad said he would have bought it for me if it wasn't for the fact that it was a $200 fan back in the day. And frankly, you could have some much more unique and nicer fans for that money. But unique doesn't mean it's cooler, though. Not always. Hot takes aside, this is, like I said, one of my absolute favorite fans. And I don't believe I'll be taking this guy down anytime soon. And if I remember right, I think this one is from 2016. I think the 28th week. It's from a time when Hunter started using normal date codes. And yeah. Here is one of the rarest Hunters in my display, a Hunter Preference in the elusive and desirable terracotta finish. I wasn't a huge fan of the terracotta finish originally, but this fan's really growing on me. Because I never really liked the Preference at all. I thought it was just an ugly Infinity. But in this terracotta, it looks really good. I'm really beginning to love this fan. And this one is from the fourth quarter of 1997. Now all I need is a Verde green one to go with it. Dare to dream, though. Here I have one of the two Heritage Alliance huggers that's been on the display for a number of years now. I'm a sucker for these little rainbow fans. I just love how they look. This won't be coming down anytime soon, of course. If anything, I'd like to hang my white Heritage Alliance again. Here's the brass version, or the polished brass version. I can't really remember the year on these fans. The sticker is buried on top of the motor. It's kind of hard to get at. This one is running a little more rough. Something's loose inside the motor. I want to say the bearings are, but I can't be 100% certain on that. But you've seen these ones before. This one is a first for the display. A Quorum Estate. I think that's what it's called. I bought this one new in box out of curiosity. I wanted to see how good it was. And I have to be honest, for a modern fan, this is an awesome little fan. Great air circulation, great airflow. Oh yeah, and pretty much all these fans Other than the Discovery and the Homestead, I got them all new in box so far. So, yeah. This one I had in my bedroom, and I think that's the only time I ever filmed this fan. Could have been in my last fan display video, but I have an awful memory, guys, and I'm sorry for that. Here's one of my other absolute favorite fans. Go to wide angle for this big fella. The 1886. That looks awful. There we go. This is just a beautiful fan that has presence and has that cool factor. The only thing I would ever do with this fan is relocate it. I don't ever want to take this one down. It's just too cool. Now, here's one of the new faces you guys haven't seen on my channel yet. And Evergo, Miami Carry, whatever company made this thing. Banana fan. The original that's not an original. This fan I picked up used with two other fans. Quite rare ones, if I'll add it. I'll show those in the future when I clean them up and get them working. Came out of an older gentleman's house who had sadly passed away. And all three are very well used. The dust on these things was disgusting. The bearings on this fan are absolute trash as well. Now, I should specify, this is not an oil bath banana fan. This one I think has like the skeletal spinner motor. So it's pretty much the same as my other banana fan, the whitewood brass one. This one just has a much better finish, and it actually has its canopy. That was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, when I bought this fan, it was a lot of 3 fans, and I thought all 3 were the same. I'll be showing those off in the near future here, though. All right. Here's the other Madison Avenue on my display. The Mickey Mouse fan with the weakest light kit of any ceiling fan. It's pretty much just those little 4-watt nightlight bulbs. This is another new in-box fan. And, yeah, it completed my Madison Avenue collection. The 101 Dalmatians fan was the 3rd one. This one is definitely healthier than the Flintstones fan. I didn't like that noise. Must have been something shuffling on the floor here. Sorry about that. Almost walked past this one. My Hampton Bay carousel, the older model, or newer older model, with the 3-way light kit. No down rod, unfortunately, but purchased this from a lady whose kids didn't want the fan anymore. So, yeah. Sorry, I almost stepped on something. That's kind of the case with most of the kids' fans I buy. Usually it's because the kids just grow up and don't want them anymore. Or sometimes the parents just don't like them. So, yeah. Usually you get pretty lucky and with some of the fans you get, like, this is one of them. These are getting very hard to find, especially in nicer shape. The finish on this one is great. The blades are just a little warped is all. Next is another one of my personal favorites, and pretty much every collector's favorite, the Emerson K55 heat fan. This one came from WeFire. This one he picked up at a transfer station about to get thrown away. He thinks it came out of someone's barn, and I think the reasoning was there was some hay or something on the top of it. I may be remembering incorrectly. It's a 2-speed, unlike most of the fans here. So low is pretty fast on it. But it's an awesome performer. And yeah, definitely one of my absolute favorite fans. Next up is this little guy, an Encon Petite. I've had this on the display for a little while now. Really just haven't had a desire to replace it yet. These style huggers, the Heritage and then this Encon, are big childhood fans for me. Some of my earliest memories of ceiling fans involved these little huggers. And I always thought they were super cute. I still do. These are some of my favorite fans, even if most of them are pretty poorly made. But in this day and age, these are getting harder to find now. But yeah. Next up is one of the longest running fans I've had on my display, the 42-inch Charleston from 1992, February of 1992. This one, like I said, is never coming down. I have to be honest, I really love this more than even this heat fan. The low speed on it is just beautiful too. Yeah, if I ever took this down, I'd relocate this to my house. Next up, the CEC Georgianne. This one was in my workshop for a little bit, but I've been looking to remove the fans from here and relocate them out here. And this was the first of those fans. This is pretty much just a different designed Laguna, SMC Laguna. I personally like the styling of the Georgianne a little more, but I really haven't had a chance to test a Laguna yet. Hopefully one surfaces on my marketplace, but they seem to be very rare in my area anyway. All right, next up, my two Indian fans. This little guy has returned, and I'm just going to apologize now for Americanizing the name. The Adamberg Renessa or something like that, and then the Bajaj Maxima. So, let's get started on this one first. So this little guy was the remote operated 600 millimeter ceiling fan. I think that's 22 inches, something like that. Terrible with conversion units. I've had this one up for quite a while now, and I've really had no desire to replace it yet. Bought this one brand new, and I was looking to grab a couple more of fans of this style anyway, not specifically this one, but it seems like all those sellers have disappeared off eBay now, and I don't really trust any other website for importing fans. So I'm just going to live with the two of them. I did have a third one I ordered, but it got lost in the mail, so I had to get a refund. So the Maxima here is returned, and better than ever, because now I have a speed control for it. I can't pronounce that, and yeah, it's a 220 volt rated control, and it works flawlessly with this little fan. So both these little guys are 600 millimeter fans. And when I mentioned at the beginning sketchy installs, I don't like how close I have them together, even though the clearance is very good between the fans. My camera does not do it justice. It's a good clearance between them. All right. That's everything on this side. Now we'll head over to the other side. Already 20 minutes in and only halfway through the display. Maybe I should pick up the pace. So over here I have my Harbor Breeze Lakeside 1, which I think actually started out in life as a Crest. The owner's manual, when I picked this one up new in box, says that it's a Crest fan. So I thought that was pretty cool. The only real difference between this and the newer Lakeside, by what I could see, is the motor housing. The Lakeside 1 is flat like a normal fan. The Lakeside 2 is rounded. And maybe there's a difference with the blades and the blade irons. I'm not quite sure. And I think it has different mounting hardware too. It has the more typical Harbor Breeze mounting hardware. Next up, the two biggest fans, the VES 56-inch industrial and the Caraway EF300 on that 15 fan speed control I bought for them. I wanted something with a higher electrical rating for these industrials, so I felt a little better about using them because I had a couple industrials that were maxing out the wattage rating on that other control. I got a really good deal, so that's why I bought this particular one. It's starting to get dark out. I'm going to have to turn on the lights. So this Caraway doesn't really like this control, especially sharing it with this fan. I'm not quite sure why, but It's pretty much going to stay on that speed until I get to a medium-high-ish speed on the control. Now, before I go to the back, this was one of the big changes. I've crammed 6 miniature fans together in this area. So originally, I had the Minka Air Space Saver, this Matari, and the Gaskin. After realizing how much more space I could use, I spaced them out a little bit, squeezed them together, and added these little guys. So first, of course, is the Space Saver. I still don't have the proper control for it, but this one is a little better than the last one. Yeah, that's low speed on this control. It's not great. This Matari has returned. This one has a pretty weak capacitor compared to the other one, though. Kind of a shame, though, because both of these are from the 10th week of 2019, so they're later Mataris. And I've had this hanging on display ever since I bought it, pretty much. And this one took a brief hiatus, but I wanted to bring it back. I wanted to bring back the 2nd gen Matari, but I like having the 2 identical models together more than I like having the newer version. I have a spot for another one too, though, so wait till you guys see what's coming in that spot. Here I have the Hunter Omnia, Hunter's new model. That's a little overpriced, but very good fan nonetheless, and very good looking fan. This has returned. I haven't filmed this for a few years. This is the RP Lighting Royal Night Hugger. I want to say it's a 30-inch hugger. It could be 28 or 32-inch. It's anywhere from 28 to 32 inches, pretty much. I had this in my bedroom and then had it for a few months, got rid of it. Well, I say got rid of it. Tucked it in storage and forgot about it. But this is honestly a great little hugger. This is a little bit better. This is a lot better than those Heritage huggers and a little bit better than the Encon Petite. And then I have the Harbor Breeze Gaskin. So, yeah. These fans this little hugger gets a little close to the Omnia, but like I said, I've had them running overnight and I've had no issues with these fans. I've been keeping my eye on them. I usually don't hang things if I know they won't work in a spot. Next here is a Hunter Whisper. It's either Whisper Fan or Whisper Wind 2000. I always mix it up. This fan was really kind of a letdown, I gotta be honest. I really expected more out of this fan with how hyped up it feels. The plain white finish is just bleh. I'd much rather have this in a brass finish or one of the other finishes it came in. And the performance really isn't anything noteworthy. It's not much better than the typical Hunter, if better at all. I did get this one new in box, though, for a very good price, so I can't complain about that. Next up here is the Casablanca Delta from February 20th, 1997, fan number 478. And it's currently on whatever Casablanca control that is. I've had this hanging for a little while now as well, and it's not going anywhere. I picked this fan up off Marketplace, and the last owner took really good care of this fan. I didn't actually clean this at all. This is how I got it. Absolutely immaculate. Oh yeah, as for these other fans, I got these 3 fans new in box. I picked these 2 off Marketplace, and I think I got the Space Saver at a restore. This EF300, I honestly don't remember where I got this one. I want to say maybe eBay, but I could be wrong. VES was a online eBay. I think this one was Marketplace. But yeah, Cat UFO on a Westinghouse 5-speed control that works really well with this fan. I was sick of my janky setup of using an octagon box for a single gang switch, so finally did it right, as you can see. Squeezed in amongst my fire alarm parts. And I put this up in this spot because My other fan I couldn't run because it was going to hit these smoke detectors, and I really don't want to damage these. So, yeah. This tat fits perfectly in between them, and I'm going to be rearranging this anyway. But, yeah. Next up is the Hunter False Graph Hugger, another WeFire fan. Oh boy, this is going to be hard to reach. Alright. Knocked something over there, whoops. I have some boxes stored over here right now, so that's kind of my issue right now. Anyway, this fan, your classic grandma design ceiling fan. Came in one of 4 finishes. I think this one is the most common. Oh golly, I can't remember the other finishes. I think they all had like different names. But there was one I liked a little more than this one, but these are really hard to get, especially considering how overpriced these are when you find them new in box. People way overcharge for these things. So I got lucky that WeFire was willing to part with this one. Next up, the 42-inch Encon Crusader. Fan I got new in box. This one had the busted pull chain when I pulled it out, so that was wonderful. If that says anything about Encon's quality. But I've replaced it with a new one, and it's running great. And then, last but not least, the oldest fan on the display, the Moss Caribbean Breeze. I mean, what can I say about this fan? I have already said in my 10 other display videos, the individual videos. It's just an awesome industrial, one of my absolute favorite fans. And it's not going anywhere. And it was dated September of 1980. That was on the old capacitor. All right. Yeah, now it's really starting to get dark. Go back and let you guys take a good look at everything. So as far as low speeds go, a lot of the fans aren't too far apart from each other on this display. The Emerson is definitely one of the faster fans, and being twice the size of the bath and dressing room, it's not that great for a low speed. Aesthetics has to go to the Delta. Whisper Wind has a pretty good low speed too. There we go. The Minka definitely loses though with the highest top speed, and that's because of the crappy control. You can see the difference in the two Mataris. Same age and everything, installed in the same place. Yeah, one's cap is drifting a lot more than the other. All right, fire out these lights. Well, 2 out of 3 would turn on. And without further ado, I can't talk tonight. Let's go to medium. So we'll start over here. This won't make much of a difference. It'll pretty much go to high on medium. Omnia. These things. Industrials. I'm going to try to remember to do all the fans this time. I'm pretty bad about that. I know last time someone pointed out I forgot to put the petite on high. So I'm sorry in advance if I miss a fan. Like I said, I have a horrible memory. So I thought it'd be good to announce to you guys. Every year, ceiling fan collectors will meet in one of 2 places. The Fanimation Group trip out in Indiana, as well as the Lehigh Valley fan trip out in Pennsylvania. This year, I will be going to those. I'll be bringing a bunch of different fans for sale. I'll either upload a video or take some photos of them to the fan group I'm in. For those who may not watch or may not collect fans, I'll just have a video of them. So, yeah, you guys will get a chance to finally meet me. I'll be going with WeFire this year, so should be fun. So, yeah, there's my other big announcement. I'm going to try to do this with this hand. There we go. It's a lot harder to do this stuff while you're filming. And then 4-speed industrials. We'll go to speed 3 here. Go to speed 2. Just gonna go through this one quickly since I've already done this fan 1,000 times. Got this one, so this is 5 speeds to go through. Speed 2. So on this Westinghouse control, speed 1 is low, speed 5 is high. Speed 3, which is medium. Actually, I'm just going to leave it on speed 3. Because since this is an since it's an odd number, it actually does have a medium. So you have low, medium, medium, high, high. Okay, that's, yeah. Like I said, I'm sorry if I forget anything. I'm really trying not to this time. Cobweb. Oh, excuse me. Bronze one. Whoops. Accidentally hit the reverse switch on it. I'm just taking pauses, making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, yeah. So really be careful with that fan. I don't like this. I don't like the dial on the side. It's always kind of sketchy. That's kind of a medium. This thing's really sluggish. It likes to take its time when getting up to speed, that's for sure. Jeez, I have like 5, 6 kids ceiling themed fans on my display now. I never not have less than 5 hunters, pretty much. So I have, this time around, it's the Preference, the Discovery, Bath and Dressing Room, 1886, Omnia, and Whisper Wind 2000. And the Pfaltzgraff. So now I'm at 7. I think that's all these. Yep. Little Quorum. It's not often I have a Quorum or an Evergo Miami Carry or whatever that other company is that made this thing. It's not often I have those oddball companies on my display. Okay. Oh boy. Let me feel where high is. Okay, so there we go. That's kind of a medium. These are infamously slow fans, though. I'm just going to leave that one on low. I'm going to do a separate video on the Maxima in the future now that it has a control. This one is speed 2. Speed 3. Medium-ish. And then this little guy. So that's oof. Hard to get a feel for that control, I gotta be honest. That's a medium-ish speed. Well, for this little fan, that's barely scratching the surface. Put it up a little more. I still want to say that this is my fastest fan. I have not measured the speed of this fan, though, so we're going to have to see how that goes. I'm not usually over in this area. So, I believe that's everything on medium now. Medium speed is all over the place with fans. Getting a great breeze under these little guys. As far as breeze go, nothing will rival these. These are monsters. All the hunters are pretty much in the same ballpark. The Preference and the Whisper Wind are probably the best. The Delta is definitely the best household fan. Um, 1886 is good. Homestead is great. Madison Avenue fans are definitely among the worst. They're right there with the Encon. Industrials, well, there's better industrials. The Caraway is probably the best of the three, and it's really not that great. It's pretty much up there with the Silver Lines. All right. Let's get scary. We'll start with going to high. Yeah, so fun fact about high speed. The only time I ever run all the fans on high is on video with you guys. Other than that, it's usually just for testing purposes. Just to make sure things are safe and don't collide. That's a new noise. I'm just gonna turn that one off real quick. Take a little look at that. I'll move this little guy to high. Look at this, that screw coming loose, yeah. Probably the screw coming loose. Just for the canopy, it's just a decorative screw. Whew. There's a hurricane over here. I don't care, it's making a noise. I didn't forget the petite this time. Okay. This one's also kind of hard to reach right now. Yeah, originally I thought my white one had a bad capacitor, but after seeing this one is just as fast, I guess it really is just in the design of the fan. Yeah, you think when you'd rip off the Hunter original, you'd at least try to match its performance? Because this fan is a joke compared to the original. Definitely one of the worst fans on the display in terms of performance. Rarity and look though, oh boy, it's hard to beat that one. Definitely has the lowest high speed though. I almost forgot the carousel again. Should be ashamed of myself. It's the most distinctive fan on the display. Man, this medium is slow. Here's high speed. I'm wondering if this thing may need a capacitor replacement at some point. More than likely it does, with my luck. Yep. Get some good exercise running around back and forth like this, that's for sure. Yeah, switching this to high made like no difference. On high, you can see it's not as bad, but this is still noticeably slower. There we go. Yeah, the caraway is really starting to fly now. Oh, whoops, I turned it off. There we go. I have this on that older Hunter 3-speed control. There we go. It's a little wiggly on high, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. The wind noise I get from the industrials and the Indian industrials, man, it gets loud in here, that's for sure. This thing goes pretty fast on high, but like I said, it doesn't move much air despite how fast it looks. There we go, it's high speed. I may replace that false graph with a remote operated ceiling fan, just because this area has always been kind of hard to reach. Speed 4. Speed 5. This is the highest amount of industrials I've had on my display. Also, the Adamberg has stopped making that weird vibrating noise. Medium high on the Delta. And then high speed. All right. Double checking. That is, in fact, everything. All right. Go back and take a look here real quick. Man, every time I sit here and with everything on high, it's just crazy the breeze I get. Just the random gusts of wind from all the fans. It seems like the 1886, the Discovery, and the Preference all have roughly the same high speed. I think it's only because the 1886 is heavy, and despite being a 44-inch fan, the Discovery is also quite heavy with those thick, wide blades. Carousel is what you'd expect out of a Hampton Bay. CEC Georgian is quite fast. Banana fan, of course, is the slowest. Blender fan, if it was a K63, it'd probably be a little faster. I do have those K63s, but they need some serious work before I can use them. Yeah, all the Hunters, other than the bath and dressing room and the Omnia, all seem to be roughly the same speed, which is kind of funny. Delta's way faster than most of the fans its size. That's because that's definitely the best made of the three. Good grief. And note to self, maybe I should have some coffee before I film these longer videos. Alright. Now for spin down. I will not be able to keep track of all these fans, so let's see what happens. Oh boy. Alright. Pop a squat here, and first will be the Adamberg fan, since it's a DC fan. Alright, Adamberg. Gaskin, that stopped already. That stopped almost as quickly as the Adamberg did. So try to show these littler fans, since most of these stop first. Space Saver, Beat Up Matari, Princess, Royal Knight. Ooh, it's going to be close here between the Estate and the Banana fan. Oh. Banana fan, Better Matari, Quorum, Encon, Heritage, Big Crusader. Little Crusader's still going to beat the big one. Bajaj, or the Maxima, I'm just going to call it the Maxima. The Estate, Homestead, Tat UFO, forgot about that one. Rainbow Hugger, Flintstone fan, Bath and Dressing Room, this Crusader. Oh golly, there's so many fans. Oh yeah, the Omnia, so that's the longest stopping little fan. Whisper Wind, Georgian, 1886. Definitely not in order. Let's see here. So we have the Preference, the Discovery, the Blender fan going still. Industrials are probably going to be the longest again. Moss is still going. It looks like it's going to be the Mickey Mouse fan next. Oh, nope. False graph, Caribbean Breeze, Mickey Mouse fan. Okay, interesting. So for the household fans, the two Hunters against the Crest Harbor Breeze fan and the Casablanca. Lakeside. Never mind, I thought that would spin for longer. Oh, looks like the Caraway's about to end. Oh, Discovery just stopped. Preference right behind it. Caraway pretty much at the same time as the Preference. Delta. Yep. Blender fan. Okay, so for the residential fans, the Casablanca wins. Blender fan still going. It's going to be close with the VES. Oh, VES. So at this rate, yep. That means the bronze line is the winner. We'll wait for this one to stop and then do the massive 0 to high. So I think the Heat fan is technically a commercial industrial fan. I think it's one of the first ones ever for an American company anyway. I'm probably wrong on that one. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely going to be swapping out some more fans. Keeping this or pattern, though, is going to be next to impossible since it's so chaotic. This bronze line, those bearings have loosened up, and I haven't used this fan that much. It's definitely getting it definitely feels like it has a longer spin down than it used to when I first got it. There we go. All right. Now 0 to high. This is going to be hard to show. So I'll do this section first. All the mini fans and the industrials. While those are doing the next section, which is the majority of the fans, everything in the back there. Indian fans, the blender fan, these ones. And then last but not least, the other really big section. All right. Yeah. The Adamberg really wants that tassel on the Georgianne. Yeah, like I said, when I'm not filming these videos, all but maybe 4 or 5 fans pretty much stay unplugged and unused. I only ever keep the industrials and then 1 or 2 household fans plugged in. Just because there's no reason to have all these fans going. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, there you have it. Ceiling fan display 10. Thank you guys for your patience with this video. Like I said, making this is not easy. Hanging and replacing fans can be a couple-hour process with some of them. And yeah, hopefully life will be a little nicer to me and I won't have any more other incidents to deal with. And thank you guys so much for the 6,000 subscribers. I really am amazed that you guys still love a weirdo like me. And, well, here's to another year and another display video. Hopefully, you won't have to wait so long for. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.